Listen to me right now, because this moment is not random, and it is not ordinary, and it is not just another minute passing in your life. This is a moment of decision, a moment where something inside you knows that you were not built to live a life of hesitation. You were not born to play small. You were not created to wake up every day feeling frustrated, knowing you have more inside you, but settling for less. Because it feels safer, because it feels familiar, because fear has been louder than faith for too long. And yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still searching, which means your story is not over. It means the fire inside you has not gone out. It means you are being called to rise, to step up, to remember who you really are. Because the truth is, you do not lack motivation. You do not lack discipline. You do not lack talent. What you lack is a decision to raise your standards, a decision to stop negotiating with your excuses, a decision to stop waiting for permission from the world to become who you were meant to be. Because your life will only change when you change what you tolerate. And if you tolerate average, you will live average. If you tolerate excuses, you will live with excuses. But the moment you decide that average is no longer acceptable, that excuses are no longer allowed, that comfort is no longer your goal, everything shifts. Your energy shifts, your focus shifts, your actions shift. And when your actions shift, your results have no choice but to follow you. See, success is not about luck. It is not about timing. It is not about having the perfect circumstances. Success is about identity. It is about who you decide to be when no one is watching. It is about what you do when you do not feel like it. It is about showing up again and again, especially when your mind tells you to quit, because growth lives on the other side of discomfort. And every breakthrough you want is hidden behind the thing you have been avoiding. And the reason you feel stuck is not because you are broken. It is because you have outgrown your old self, and your soul is demanding expansion. Your soul is demanding growth. Your soul is demanding truth. And that truth is this: you were built for more strength, more impact, more contribution, more fulfillment, but more requires responsibility. More requires courage. More requires you to stop blaming your past and start owning your future, because your past does not define you. Your decisions do. And you are one decision away from a completely different life, one decision away from a new standard, one decision away from a new identity, one decision away from becoming the person you have always known you could be. But knowing is not enough. Wishing is not enough. Hoping is not enough. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And action begins with clarity. Clarity about what you want, clarity about why you want it, clarity about what you will no longer accept. Because when your why is strong enough, your how will reveal itself, and the world does not reward intention. It rewards execution. It rewards those who commit, who persist, who rise after they fall, who refuse to quit when things get hard. And let me tell you something important. It will get hard. There will be days when you doubt yourself, days when you feel tired, days when progress feels invisible. But those are the days that matter most, because champions are not created on easy days. They're created in moments of resistance, moments of fatigue, moments of fear when they choose to move anyway, and every time you move despite fear, you build confidence. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you build self-trust, and self-trust is the foundation of personal power. Because once you trust yourself, once you know that you will do what you say you will do, nothing can stop you. Not opinions, not criticism, not failure, not setbacks, because you are no longer dependent on external validation. You become internally driven, and that is when your life changes forever. So stop waiting for motivation and become committed. Stop waiting for confidence and take action. Stop waiting for the perfect moment and create momentum, because momentum creates motivation. And the smallest action taken today is more powerful than the greatest intention delayed tomorrow. So decide now. Decide that this is the moment you stop living below your potential. Decide that this is the moment you stop betraying yourself. Decide that this is the moment you step into your power, because no one is coming to save you. And you do not need saving. You need activation. You need to remember that you are stronger than your fears, bigger than your doubts, and capable of more than you have ever imagined. And if you stay consistent, if you stay hungry, if you stay disciplined, your future will not recognize your past. And one day you will look back at this moment and realize this was the turning point. This was the moment everything changed. This was the moment you finally chose yourselves. And understand this clearly: nothing changes until you do. Nothing improves until you improve, and nothing grows until you grow. The world does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being every single day. So ask yourself, who are you being when no one is watching? Are you being disciplined or distracted? Are you being focused or fearful? Are you being committed or comfortable? Because comfort is the enemy of greatness. And every time you choose comfort over growth, you delay the life you truly want. And the reason most people never reach their potential is not because they are incapable. It is because they are inconsistent. They wait to feel inspired. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel confident. But confidence is built through action, not before it, and inspiration follows movement, not the other way around. You must move first, even when your mind screams stop, even when your body feels tired, even when the results are not immediate, because progress is invisible before it becomes undeniable. And if you quit too early, you never give life a chance to reward you. And let me remind you of something powerful. Your pain has purpose, your struggle has meaning, and every challenge you have faced has been preparing you for something greater. You are not behind. You're being built, you're not lost, you're being redirected, and every setback has been training your strength, even if you did not see it at the time, because life does not happen to you. It happens for you, but only if you choose to learn, only if you choose to grow, only if you choose to rise instead of retreat. And the strongest people in the world are not those who never fall. They are those who refuse to stay down. They feel the fear, they feel the doubt, they feel the exhaustion, and they move anyway because they understand that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action in the presence of fear. And the more you practice courage, the stronger you become, the more you face discomfort, the more resilient you grow. And resilience is the currency of success, because talent alone will not carry you. Intelligence alone will not save you. Motivation alone will not sustain you. Only discipline will. And discipline is simply choosing what you want most over what you want now. And most people sacrifice what they want most for temporary relief, for short-term pleasure, for familiar patterns that keep them trapped in the same place year after year. But you are not most people, and the fact that you are here listening to this proves it. Something inside you is waking up. Something inside you is done with excuses. Something inside you is demanding more, and you must honor that voice, because that voice is your future, calling you forward. And every time you ignore it, you weaken your spirit, but every time you listen to it, every time you act on it, every time you push yourself just a little further than yesterday, you strengthen your identity, and identity drives behavior, and behavior creates results. So stop asking if you can, and start deciding that you will stop waiting and start committing. Stop hesitating and start executing, because clarity comes from engagement, not thought. And the more you engage with your goals, the clearer your path becomes. Action creates answers, action creates confidence, action creates momentum. And momentum can change everything in your life faster than you ever imagined. And once momentum starts, it becomes easier to keep moving than to stop. And that is why the first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most powerful, because the first step breaks inertia. And once inertia is broken, progress becomes possible. And when progress becomes visible, belief strengthens. And when belief strengthens, your standards rise. And when your standards rise, your life must follow. And this is not theory, this is law. This is how human beings are wired. We rise to the level of what we expect from ourselves. And if you expect little, you receive little. If you expect greatness and demand it through action, greatness begins to show up, and the world starts to respond differently. Opportunities appear. People notice doors open, not because of luck, but because of alignment. Because when you align your actions with your purpose, life meets you halfway, but you must go first. You must show up first. You must commit first. And commitment is not convenient. Commitment is not easy. Commitment is doing what needs to be done long after the mood is gone. The mood will always leave, but commitment remains if you choose it. And that is the difference between dreamers and doers. Dreamers wait. Doers decide, dreamers talk. Doers execute, dreamers hope, doers build. And you were not born to be a spectator in your own life. You were born to be the driver, the creator, the leader of your own destiny. And no one owes you success. No one owes you validation. No one owes you understanding, but you owe yourself effort. You owe yourself honesty. You owe yourself growth. Because at the end of your life, the greatest pain will not come from what you tried and failed at. It will come from what you never tried at all. So choose now. Choose to step into discomfort. Choose to stretch beyond fear. Choose to become relentless in the pursuit of your potential, because your future self is watching and depending on the choices you make today.